Welcome to part 3 of the HitFilm4Express technology video tutorial for the Positive Learning for University unit. In this video, we will look at adding text to your project. The next thing we need to do is to add a text layer. Now to do this, we need to go back to Media and we're going to choose New and then Composite Shot. We're going to leave that at the same size as our clip is and go OK. Once we're in here, a composite shot can create a number of layers that will all end up being a single media clip that can be placed on the timeline. For a text layer, what we're going to do is add new layer and text. We can choose our size in the size box in the text properties, or we can resize it ourselves later. I'm going to simply click OK at 400 by 400. And to add text, you can either double click into your text box, or you can click on the A icon up here, which will open the text for editing. Type in Ephemeral Beauty as the name of my clip. Once you've typed that, what we need to do is go and edit the text, because while this is a nice simple font, I'd like something with a little bit more swirl, and I'd like to make it a little bit bigger so it stands out. Now to do this, we go down to our tabs down in the bottom left corner and click on the arrow until we get to our text tab. If we click on our text tab, you will notice that we have the choice of choosing a different font, size, color, and a number of other options. I'm going to select my text in the box, then I'm going to go down and choose a font. I'm thinking something with a little bit of swirl. A script has usually got some nice swirl. I'm going to make my text bigger in the size box. We can again change the size of the box so that it doesn't drop down the lines. I'm going to change the color. Again, select on your text you wish to change. I'm going to change the color to a slightly softer color. Be aware that you can click on the pick screen color and you can choose a color that is in one of any color that's on the screen, from the grays through to any color within the images you've got there. So if you'd like a blue that's going to complement an image, or something that's going to contrast, you can choose this. Or you can choose a color, and if it's not quite right, you can bring it up or down, so lighten it, change the color, or even darken it with the shading color. I'm thinking a soft blue to go over the first image, and click OK. Once you're happy with the shot, you can go back to our editor. Now you can do this simply by going down in the bottom of the timeline and you will see editor there. It will take you back to your first editing screen with the timeline. If we go back through our arrows to our media, you will also notice that we now have a composite shot in here. This is the text layer that we've just created. If we drag this on to our timeline, you will see that we now have the heading that I want sitting in the middle of our screen. Now this can of course be edited like any other clip. We can remove the audio that there's no audio on this particular composite, so we'll just unlink and remove that. We can make it smaller so it only sits over the first image in that first 6 seconds. We can click on it in the screen and again move it so that it is sitting up in the top corner and not hiding everything. If we're not happy with it, we can simply double click on it to open that composite shot again and edit things like the color, because I think it might be better in plain white. There you go. Drag that down so it's white. Go OK. And I think I'll change the font because that one's a little bit too wishy-washy. Let's have a look through the fonts that we have here, and I might see what brush script looks like. And again, simply go back to our editor to see how that's looking. I'm happy with that. Now what I'm going to do is add a transition. Now we added the audio transition of fade, but once you get to text boxes, images and video clips, there are a lot of transitions you can use. I'm going to go down to the video transitions and I'm going to use a cross dissolve. Now be very careful about using too many different transitions on any video clip or slideshow, as it takes away from the consistency and it makes it look a bit homemade. A professional clip will only have 1 or 2 transitions used throughout. I'm going to place cross dissolve at the end of this clip. Now again, if we zoom in, we'll see where it is and we'll see that it's going to fade away. A bit fast for my liking. I'm going to bring this in so it fades away gently. And the other thing I'd like to do is that jump from one clip to the other is very sharp, so I'm going to add the same cross dissolve in between each of my other clips and lengthen them a bit so that I have a nice fade between images. The other thing you can do is use this same cross dissolve or use an additive dissolve, which will bring an image in from blank. I'm going to do that on the text and on the image so that as we start they both fade in. Again, a little bit fast. I like a nice slow fade in. Let's see how this looks. I might shrink my text so that it fades in after the image has come in. So we start again, fade in, fade the image in, fade that text back out as it crosses over to the next clip. And I'm going to bring that down and I'm going to add a cross dissolve onto every clip that I have here. Once I've added all of these, I will go in and lengthen them as you've seen. Now at the very end I'm going to do the cross dissolve and you will see that it will just fade to black along with the audio fading to black. So that is the end of my clip. We can see by looking at the timeline that this clip is 1 minute and 19 seconds. So that's a nice short clip. With transitions, some nice background music, some text added on top, and a little bit of video in there just for the fun of it. Now once you've got your clip and you're happy with the way everything's looking, don't forget to save so that you can come back and change this at any point. Also, if you don't save and something goes wrong, your power runs out or something happens, you will be a little bit cranky. So remember to save. Thank you for watching part 3 of the HitFilm4Express technology video tutorial for the Positive Learning for University unit. In the next video, we will be looking at exporting our video to an MP4 file. Thank you. Bye.